Faith-based story. The faith of a child, believing in miracles and unseen blessings. In the heart of the bustling city, amidst the towering skyscrapers and the ceaseless rush of daily life, there lived a young family, Sarah and John Harrison, along with their 8-year-old daughter, Emily. The Harrisons embodied modernity in every way, from their names to their lifestyle, but hidden within their fast-paced existence was a deep-rooted Christian faith, a belief in miracles, and a dedication to unseen blessings. Sarah and John were your quintessential modern couple. Both were accomplished professionals in demanding careers that left little room for rest or reflection. Sarah was a successful marketing executive, always striving for bigger clients and flashier campaigns. John was a driven software engineer, working tirelessly on cutting-edge projects. They were surrounded by the glitter of technology, the lure of consumerism, and the allure of worldly success. Yet, amidst their achievements and busy lives, the Harrisons made sure to instill in Emily a sense of faith and devotion. Emily was a bright, inquisitive child with an insatiable thirst for knowledge. She was also a devout Christian, her youthful heart brimming with faith. Every Sunday, the family attended St. Michael's Church, where they listened to the inspiring sermons and joined the congregation in prayer. It was here that Emily's fascination with miracles and blessings first took root. One Sunday, Father Robert delivered a sermon about the power of faith, referencing the story of the woman who had touched the hem of Jesus' cloak and was instantly healed. Emily clung to this story, her wide eyes filled with wonder. She believed that miracles could still happen, even in a modern world that often seemed devoid of magic. As the Harrisons went about their busy lives, they noticed a change in Emily. She began to pray fervently, asking for miracles and blessings for those in need. Her innocent faith was contagious, and even the skeptical Sarah and John found themselves offering their own prayers, if only to indulge their daughter. Emily's belief in miracles grew stronger with time, and her heart was filled with compassion for those less fortunate. She began participating in volunteer work at the local homeless shelter, distributing food and clothing with an unwavering smile. Her parents watched her in amazement, seeing a transformation in their child that they had never expected. One chilly winter evening, Emily dragged her parents to the shelter. The atmosphere was tense, and the shelter was overflowing with people seeking warmth and comfort. Emily had a simple but earnest prayer on her lips: "Lord, let there be enough warmth for everyone." Her parents joined her in her prayer, though they could not help but wonder if her faith was a bit too idealistic. Just as they were about to leave, a man who had been sitting in the corner stood up. He was wearing a tattered jacket, and his shoes were barely holding together. He approached Emily and said, "Young lady, you and your parents have been a blessing tonight. I was about to spend the night in the cold, but your presence warmed my heart." Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes, and John couldn't help but feel a lump in his throat. Perhaps Emily's faith wasn't so naive after all. As the days turned into weeks, the family's life began to shift. Sarah and John, once driven by the desire for material success, started to prioritize their faith and family more. Their home began to reflect this change, with more time spent in prayer and reflection, rather than on the pursuit of material possessions. One fateful day, as Emily was playing in a park near their home, she discovered a tattered, old book half buried in the soil. Curiosity piqued, she pulled it out. It was a dusty, ancient-looking Bible, pages yellowed with age. Emily brought it home and showed it to her parents. They were astonished by the find and decided to keep it, believing it was a sign. As they opened the Bible, they found a handwritten note tucked inside. It read, "To the one who finds this, may your faith be your guide. Believe in miracles, for they are all around you." It sent shivers down their spines, as if the note were meant for them. They began reading the Bible, finding comfort and inspiration in its verses. One evening, Sarah came across a passage that deeply resonated with her. She read aloud, and whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith. Matthew 21:22, tears welled up in her eyes as she realized that her daughter's faith was teaching her the same lesson. John, too, was touched by a verse that seemed to speak directly to him, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Matthew 6:21, he realized that his priorities were shifting, and his treasure was no longer in his career but in his family and faith. The Harrison family's newfound devotion and their discovery of the Old Bible brought them even closer together. Emily's faith was contagious, and her parents were now sharing her belief in the miraculous and the unseen blessings that surrounded them. They found joy in simple acts of kindness and the serenity of prayer. One day, as Emily was helping at the homeless shelter again, a man with a heavy heart approached her. He had lost his job, his home, and his hope. He looked at her with eyes filled with despair. Emily took his hand and said, "Don't worry, God has a plan for you. He's working on a miracle right now." Inspired by Emily's unwavering faith, the man felt a spark of hope. He returned to the shelter a few weeks later, not as a recipient but as a volunteer, ready to help others find their own miracles. The Harrisons watched in awe as they realized that their daughter's faith was not only touching their lives but was also spreading its light throughout the community. As the years passed, the Harrison family continued to live their modern lives, but their perspective had changed. They had come to understand that faith, miracles, and unseen blessings were not relics of a bygone era but were very much alive in the present. They had discovered that the most precious treasures in life were not material possessions, but the love of family, the warmth of faith, and the power of compassion. Their story was a testament to the enduring nature of faith in a fast-paced, modern world. Through the eyes of a child, they had rediscovered the beauty of believing in miracles and unseen blessings, and in doing so, they had found the greatest treasure of all, a deep and abiding faith in the power of love, hope, and the divine. In a world filled with distractions and temptations, the Harrison family had learned that sometimes, all it took was the faith of a child to reveal the profound miracles and blessings that surrounded them, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by those who believed.